Now this illustration deals with a raceway system. Now notice we're dealing with EMT in this illustration, and notice the number of conductors that we have pull through this raceway, which is EMT. 12 number 14s, 4 number 12s, 4 number 10, and all conductors are AWG, THW, and copper conductors. Now, notice we have a little quick calc at the very bottom of your illustration, and it shows a 1-inch raceway field area. And notice the tables 4 and 5 to chapter 9 gives you the information to do this. But notice if you had a 1-inch EMT, it's 0.864 a square inch area. Now notice we have a 40% fill for over 2 conductors pull through a raceway. So 40% of the 0.864 is 0.3456 square inch area. And this would be considered the field area for a raceway. Now nipples just the opposite. You would obtain a 60% fill from your table 4 times the 100% fill area of 0.864 for this EMT, and notice 60% would equal a 0.5184. Now we'll get into nipples when you get into upcoming illustration, and a nipple's 24 inches or less in length. A raceway, when it's over 24 inches in length, then it is considered a raceway. Now all your raceways, based upon flexible type, based upon EMT, flexible type conduits and so forth, is all listed in 300.17 in the informational note. Do not get confused now between a raceway and a cable tray system. In 392.2, the cable tray system is defined, and it just supports conductors. So a cable tray is not considered a raceway. Then also know what a sleeve is. Open on both ends, not connected. It's just to protect the cable, pull through it or whatever. 300.10, informational note 2, I believe, defines what a nipple is. And of course, you know, most inspectors and code authorities would figure that a 10-foot stalk or less in length cut to whatever dimensions you needed to serve your need as a, say, a sleeve. Now, out on construction sites, I believe it's 400.14 or 17, states that you could have 50 foot of, say, rigid conduit coupled together out on a construction site to above grade now to protect, say, flexible cord and other sets of flexible cords and things from damage, physical damage in a active thoroughway area. So keep that in mind, and pretty well, you know, you would have your nipples listed there. There's also another nipple that you could look at, and I believe it's in 310.12a, and you look at the, not A, but look at the C part in 300.12c, look at that exception, and it talks about a nipple connected maybe into a panel board, surface mounted, extended up above a suspended ceiling, and open up there to pull cables down into the the panel board and so forth. So kind of keep that in mind. Know what a raceway is, what a nipple is, what is a sleeve, and there's usually 3 kinds of sleeves, as we just pointed out to you. Now with this information that is given with a 40% fill for over 2 conductors pulled through a raceway system, let's go to our next illustration and see just exactly how the calculation would be performed to determine the size of the raceway system.